Most entrepreneurs think that progress comes from adding more to their plate, but real growth actually happens when you edit. This is Stories Build Businesses, the show that proves your story isn't just something you share, it's the strategy that shapes a business that's uncopyable, unforgettable, and unmistakably you. I'm your host, Megan Wright, story and strategy coach, and today we're exploring why simplifying and editing your business will move you forward in a way that adding more never will. People don't talk about it, but the truth is that you can be working incredibly hard and still not be moving forwards. A bit like those cartoons where the characters are running really fast down a corridor, but they're not getting anywhere. That's what it feels like in business. You can be posting constantly, tweaking your offers, responding to every single idea that your brain throws at you, and still feel like nothing is getting you to where you want to go. And it's because being productive isn't the same as progressing. Deep down, we know this. We get that sense of, I'm doing all of the things, so why doesn't it feel like it's working? Or it's that creeping awareness that your business has become a bit cluttered. Too many ideas, too many half-finished plans, too many of those, well, I should probably be doing this kind of a task. It's not about being unfocused. Often it comes from caring too much, seeing all the possibilities, wanting to help in all of the different ways, wanting to build something that helps as many people as possible. But actually, your business doesn't need more from you. It needs more of the right things from you. And usually that starts with editing rather than expanding. And I don't want you to think of editing as a restriction. It's more about setting an intention. Because when you edit, you stop spreading yourself too thin and you can start gaining traction in one direction. Let me give you an example. One that on the surface doesn't have anything to do with business, but actually to me, it has everything to do with how you run one. So I've always been a bit of a collector, though if you ask people that know me, they'd say that's quite a gentle term. I love rummaging in antique shops and charity shops. I'm someone who has, on more than one occasion, had to quietly uninstall the Vinted app because a few too many parcels were turning up at the door and the postman was becoming a little bit too much like my best friend. And here's what I've learned. The more things that come into the house, the less you can actually see anything. Not because the things themselves are bad, because I have excellent taste, even if I do say so. And I usually love every single item individually. But because too much of a good thing just becomes clutter. Things start hiding behind other things, shelves get too busy, your eye doesn't know where to land, and even the pieces you love start to lose their impact because they're surrounded by everything else. Or, let's be honest, you start losing things in amongst the crowd. Your business works exactly the same way. Too many ideas, too many half-built projects, too many tasks, and everything starts to feel cluttered. You can't see what matters. Your audience can't see what you want to be known for. And the thing that should be front and center, the things that actually move your business forward, get buried amongst all the noise. But now think of an art gallery. They don't cram 100 paintings onto a single wall. They curate, they choose intentionally, and they leave a lot of white space. Not because they don't have more art, but because the art needs room to be seen. White space is one of the most powerful things that you can give to your business because it's not emptiness, it's what allows your work to breathe. That's the question I return to every quarter in my own business. Where is the white space? What am I choosing not to fill? What room am I leaving around the edges so that my best work can stand out and people can actually understand what I'm trying to show them? Not only do I leave white space within my strategy, I block white space into my calendar, space where I can breathe, where I can regulate myself, so that when I'm showing up with the clearest mind that I possibly can, which means that I get the best out of myself and my clients get the best out of me as well. Because without that white space, everything gets louder, except the thing that's most important. So rather than falling into the trap of feeling like you need more ideas, more offers, more content posted on more platforms, Take a step back because your brain sees all the different possibilities. And without a clear filter, everything feels just as important. You can have multiple ideas, offer multiple things. You still need one clear focus at a time, one direction that everything else orbits around. Editing isn't about doing less. It's about making space for what actually moves you forward. So, how do you actually edit your business? For me, every quarter, I do what I call the 5 1s framework. 5 filters, 5 decisions, which just makes everything so much clearer moving forwards. Firstly, one offer, the single offer you're focusing on this quarter. Not every idea you've ever had, just the one that aligns with your energy, your people, and your goals for those 90 days. Next, one problem. The core issue that your dream client is navigating right now. Not the surface level symptoms, but the problem that lies underneath it. What challenge are you helping them with over the next 90 days? And how does that connect to the offer that you're going to be talking about? One goal, one meaningful result that you want to see by the end of the quarter. Not 10 different checkboxes you're going to beat yourself up about if you don't get every single one ticked off by the end of the 90 days. One milestone that actually matters. One platform. The main place you are going to be consistently showing up and sharing content with your audience. And finally, because we are our businesses, one priority that is for you. This is a personal priority that is going to support your well-being over the quarter. Might be about creativity or movement or rest or boundaries. Setting a priority that is for you so that you are at your best as the CEO of your business. And these 5 things aren't restrictions. This is how you remove the noise and protect your energy. It's how you make sure that all of the energy you're putting into your business is focused on moving you in one direction so that you can get as far as you can. The part that's hard is that editing your business does mean letting go or parking things for later. So it might be letting go of ideas you're excited about but can't act on right now. Letting go of the instinct to chase every spark of inspiration. Letting go of the belief that more equals better. And letting go of the habits that feel productive but aren't actually strategic for your business. It can feel uncomfortable, especially if you're someone who holds a lot or you're used to being the person who can do lots of things well all at once. And in a world where so many entrepreneurs are exhausted and overwhelmed, building your business with intention and protecting your well-being can feel radically different. But this is your permission to build differently, to build in a way that protects your well-being for yourself, for your audience, and for the future of your business. So let me leave you with some questions today. They're the same ones I use myself at the start of every quarter. What do I need to be doing less of in my business? What would become possible if I was saying no to the things that didn't serve me? And what would saying no to those things allow me to say yes to doing more of? Exploring those questions is going to help you to curate your business with as much care as an artist would curate their gallery wall. If this episode resonated, make sure to send it to your most overwhelmed business friend so that they can curate their business and feel calmer going into the next quarter. And come and tell me all about it over on Instagram at Stories Build Businesses. See you next time.